second episode of IAPM talk show today. Today we will be talking about effective teamwork. Look, when we work, we cannot work in an isolated aisle. Wherever in an industry, wherever in NGOs, wherever in corporate sector, or even if you work as an independent consultant, you really need to work with teams, either physically or virtually. As the world is becoming more diverse in terms of connectivity, in terms of having some people together as an independent organization or firm or a writer, still you need to work with teams. And when you work with teams, one needs to make sure that he has effective teamwork to produce maximum outcome for his own company, for his own endeavor, or for his own project, for his own sector. So the thing is that you need to have the necessary skills to make your teamwork more effective and make yourself an efficient team manager. So, and this is not only to make sure that you are coming up with maximum result. This is also important for your firm, for your organization, your factory, your corporate office, and your project if it is. So what you need? You need talented people. And the question is, can talented people win the game? No, really not. When talented people are teamed and they put their endeavor together, then they could success. There is a saying about the full form of the team is together everyone achieves more, and it's true. It holds true because teamwork only can make it successful. If you see the training and workshops of military components, you'll find that the only foundation of military success or their operation is teamwork. Because when you have one hand, you have one brain, you have two eyes, you have 2 ears, you have one mouth to speak, you could see the things literally from one single point of view. But when you suppose you have 5 dull brains, but you have 5 pairs of hands, you have 5 pairs of eyes to see the things from 5 different angles. And you will see that when people work together, they could make sure that the outcome is really bigger than from an individual talented people's endeavor and hard work. So what are the elements of effective teamwork? The first element is having an open communication with your teammate and across the team members. Because having an open communication is important when the team members are from diverse background, diverse age group, diverse language, diverse thinking, and many other things are putting together in a team. And in that situation, what is very important is having an open communication across the team member. Then, as a manager, as the leader of the team, one needs to give a clear direction and goal for the team. When the team has a clear direction and a goal to reach, then they could visualize what to do and how to do, whom they need to make the things done, and how to reach the goal. So the main focus should be having a clear direction and a well stated goal for the team. Then they could start their journey. Then sense of accountability is the thing that makes a cohesive team to work in an enabling environment, because when the team members are not accountable, or when they are not held accountable, they feel like blah blah blah. Why and how? As a leader or as a manager, please put some job description for your team member to make them accountable themselves and to make them accountable to the organization and to the goal that has been drawn before them, and to put the milestones in front of their eyes when they will be working. So the sense of accountability is a pulse that keeps them alive to hold the team backbone truthful and transparent. Then yes, you need to delegate tasks to the team members, because when they are not tasked, they have not given any task, they have not delegated their required tasks, they will not be contributing you. You can only make accountable them, only make them hold to the main backbone that is leading to the goal is task delegation. Now you keep following up them, you could coach them, you could mentor them, and you could lead the team together towards the vision, the goals and objectives of the industry, of your sector, of your team, or your project. Now, what are the necessary skills as a manager or as a leader you need to have to manage your team effectively and to manage the teamwork effectively? Yes, you have to have necessary communication skills, because managing team is nothing but communication, and open, thorough communication, one-to-one communication, across team communication, and other modalities of communication you need to have put in place. It can be mobile messaging, it can be a meeting, it can be a one-to-one learning sharing session, it can be a feedback session, it can be a progress meeting, it can be a project presentations meeting, but it's still now you have to have communication skills using the modalities and modes of communication, you having the necessary skills to communicate people openly, and having a clear and orderly communication uh, through and across the meeting teams, team members, and other activities too. Then you need to have planning and organizing skills, because when you are a good planner, you could set the milestones for your team members, and not only planning skills you need to have also organizing skills, because you are planning activities, you are planning goals and milestones for the team members, you're putting the things in front of them. Now what you need to have is organizing the things and organizing the team members, because team members are now isolated after getting the assignment. Now you need to organize the assignments, the activities thoroughly, and you need to check, you need to see to itself, yes, you will have problems. Certainly be sure about that. You will have problems. And you need to have problem solving skills, because when your team members are given and delegated the tasks, they will be fighting to reach the goal. And they will be facing problems. It could be an activity related problem. It could be a problem with the stakeholders. It could be a problem with the buyers and customers, and even some communication tools. Maybe it is a technological problem, but still now you have to have the skill to solve the problems and respond to the problem, because team members will come to you to have a solution, and you need to have that solution, giving a solution to the problems. And yes, necessarily the entire things of teamwork is depending on how do you collaborate with different actors and different stakeholders within the team and outside the team. Because you've been given a project, an activity to perform, and many parties are related to that project or activity or factory or scheme. And you have to have an active collaboration with all the stakeholders thoroughly, and to make sure that you are coming out with a solution. A collaborative approach you have to have in place. You'll never find a heaven when you will be working. There will be conflict among the team members. There will be conflict between you and your team members. There will be conflict between your team members and other team members. There will be conflict between your team members and customers or users or beneficiaries or other stakeholders. What you have to have that conflict management skills, because once you cannot solve the conflict or you cannot respond to the conflict, you cannot manage the conflict, you cannot come up with the accomplishment of your project or your activity or your scheme or your other things. Now, every single team member is important and very, very much valuable to your success. You cannot reach the ultimate goal and success of your activity, of your project, or your sector, or your factory, or of your company until you don't value each team member. And Phil Jackson said, I quote, the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. So you have to value each team member. And each team member is very much valuable to the team. Finally, you need to sit with your team member and you have to celebrate your success with your team member, because at the end of the day, they are the one who will be making you successful and who will be making you miserably fail. Again tomorrow with another topic at 9:30. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Good night.